It is now official. Neil Goldschmidt was nominated for the cabinet position this afternoon.
Now that Mayor Goldschmidt has accepted the job on the president's cabinet, the City Council of Portland...
Preview 3.
And the other major forest fire in the state is expected to be under control sometime tonight.
Thank you.
In Coast League baseball tonight,
The Beavers won at Tucson last night, 10-3.
Take it, sound.
Aggressive brush fire in California has charred more than 1,000 acres.
Preview 3.
A 28-year-old Portland woman was found wounded today in the sleeper of a truck in Seattle.
Music up.
But it takes more than anchor people to put 2 hours of local news on the air each day. More than 50 people are on the News 8 staff. Assignment editor Jeff Douglas begins the day early.
News 8.
Reporters work their contacts to find the stories that will make the news.
Talk to the guys and they say, well, I've made some calls, I'll know more in the morning. Now, everything's always, I have to wait for them to get in the morning before I really know what we got.
Producers meet to lay out their programs, to decide which story airs and where and how long it will run.
Yeah, we've got the footage from yesterday. If there's new information on the story, we can update it and use a little bit of it.
Yeah, this is Scott. We're out here at the air base, and we'll be sending you a signal here directly on the east horn.
It is a marriage of professional journalism and modern technology, and its offspring is the best news on television.
KZ 870 Rapid Control clear.
Good evening. The Carter administration is on a major sales campaign today trying to put across the president's energy plan. And Mr. Carter's vice president arrived in Portland just minutes ago for an evening of speeches and politics.
The coverage is good because we have the best people. When we want the vice president for a half hour, people like Floyd McKay can deliver.
Welcome.
How are you?
Floyd McKay.
How are you? Good to see you. I understand we're going to do it.
When Portland's mayor takes a cabinet job from President Carter, our Washington, D.C. Bureau Chief Don Porter is there for same-day coverage by satellite.
3, testing this mic.
The success of a newsroom is determined by its inner strength, and News 8 is strong. Assistant News Director David Lipoff, a native Portlander with 7 years television news experience. Producer George Wolverton, an 11-year news veteran, 5 years with the NBC network as news producer and editor.
Good piece, visual, reasonably visual.
Producer Rick Little, 8 years as a reporter and producer of television news programs. 11 o'clock producer Bonnie Weinsler, 5 years in television journalism.
I can check and look around for a feed sheet and just see if you were down for it.
And producer Wayne Bleason, 13 years of television news experience in the Northwest. All this experience pays off because news cannot always be planned. And when it comes to covering breaking news, there is none better than KGW-TV.
The crash landing of Flight 173. The survivors told a tale of what began simply as tense moments.
It was boom, boom, real hard, and we were shaking, and we were down in a position.
We just weren't convinced of Rideout's guilt without a reasonable doubt.
The would-be robber turned his handgun over to the hostages.
3 students were burned when flames roared through a doorway into a nearby locker room.
Totality, the spectacle of the emerging solar corona. This time-lapse shot, looking west, shows the shadows sweeping through Portland as the moon moves away from the sun.
Terry Bowman was one of 5 firefighters sent to the auditorium roof.
Of course, news is not all doom and gloom. It does have its brighter side now and then, even for reporters. After all, we are human, And we do make our share of mistakes. And some of these we'll even share with you.